What's up guys, welcome back to our channel. I wanted to do another little update video as far as what my current goals are because things have switched around a little bit, and talk about lifting and running and just what I'm doing right now. So the last video I made on this topic, so if you didn't watch the last video, I kind of talked about what my goals were with running, and I started running back in August, right after our most recent miscarriage, and kind of just fell in love with it again. So I've been really focusing on that primarily since August. Running has been prioritized over lifting, even though I've still been lifting, of course, but my goal was to really just improve my endurance and maintain my muscle mass, maintain lifts, but still obviously strength train because it is good for running and it is good for health and it is good for all the things. So that's been about 4.5 months of prioritizing running. I started with 2 miles on week 1 and I worked up to 10 miles with a faster pace by week 12, which was a huge accomplishment for me. When I started running again, I really had no idea where it was gonna go. I didn't have really a specific goal as far as mileage or anything like that. I just wanted to get better at it. So I ran 4 times a week for 12 weeks and improved a lot. And running 10 miles felt so good. It was something where I finished and yes, I was tired, but I felt like I could go for longer. But it got to the point where, I really want to focus on increasing my speed a little bit and also really just missing progressing a little bit more in the gym, like really pushing myself with lifts. Not that I wasn't pushing myself during that time, but it was just different because running really took the priority overall. So I would really kind of base my lifts around my runs. My exact schedule sort of changed as I went through the 12 weeks, which a lot of you guys have asked, what are you doing? How do you set up your lifts and your split and all that? And I kind of touched on that in the last video, but it really shifted. The first, I'd say 3 weeks, I started running again. I was really sore from running. A 2-mile run made me really sore. As my body adapted to running, I added back in a 4th day of lifting. I was previously doing 3, so I added that back in and my body started adapting better. But I wanted to make this video because it's really important to make sure you're periodizing your training. So what I mean by that is if you want to run and lift or cycle and lift or do something else and lift, you have to sort of figure out what is your main goal right now. In an ideal situation, in a perfect world, we could progress in both areas and just crush both and just push forward, no issues. That's not gonna work for 99.9% of humans. So my advice is to spend some seasons focusing more so on the endurance side and spend some seasons focusing more on your strength, because both are so important. So winter months are a really good time to focus on your strength. It's a lot colder outside, obviously, at least here. And this is really, it tends to be more of an off season as far as if you're somebody who does races or anything like that. And obviously it depends on what your goals are, when your races are, if you're doing any, or if you're just running recreationally. But I think that it's a really great time to focus on this. So that's what I'm doing. So how will this change compared to what I've been doing the past 12 weeks? Because I'm still going to be running, I'm still going to be lifting. So my priority is now lifting. So that means when I have a lifting day, I prioritize that first. So I'm going to go back to my early morning lifts, I think, just because that was something that I really thrived with last year and the year before. I'm a morning lifter. I thrive with waking up early before everyone else and getting stuff done. So this is a perfect time for me to re-implement that. That way I'm lifting on fresh legs and not tiring myself out before I go to lift, because lifting is where I want to really progress the most. So I'm going to still follow our build program, which is what I've been following for most of my running journey. I did dip into our move program a little bit, which is our 3 full body day program, but I'm doing build, which is our 4-day program. It's an upper lower split. And it's really just a good basic strength program. So lifting 4 times a week, really just pushing the strength, really wanting to progress my main lifts. So squat, bench, overhead press, deadlifts, hip thrusts, and just make some gains. I'm ready. After spending 4.5 months of really focusing on running, it's almost like it was a great sort of break from, not that I was breaking completely from lifting, but like the mentality behind PRing lifts and like really putting my all into lifting. Like I haven't felt this excited about it in so long, so it was like perfect. But going to lift 4 times per week, and then I'm going to run minimum 3 times per week. It might end up sometimes being 4 depending on what I'm feeling like that week, but my goal with running is to still do 3 times per week. Sometimes those will land on the same day. Usually, lately I've been liking my runs and my lower body days on the same, even though I know for some people that does not work out really well, but for me it's been something that I feel like I can handle. So I'll probably pair my lower body lifts with my runs, just because if I were to do it the other way, which I did this for a little bit when I first started out because my legs really needed they couldn't do both in the same day. It was way too much at first. But I found that when I would pair my runs with my upper body days, then my legs really were not getting like more than 1 full rest day per week, which is okay, but like it was a little bit too much. And my goal with running right now is just to maintain like the endurance that I have right now. I am having one of those days be more speed work, so hopefully increasing my pace a little bit and just my speed overall. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. That's the plan. Also, this decision kind of came about because we likely will be starting IVF in January. So as much as I would love to do a spring race or plan for increasing my mileage even more, realistically, that's just not really in my timeline right now. That's not really something I really want to do. So it just made a little bit more sense to lean back into lifting, since that's really what my gut is telling me to do, and continue to maintain my runs. It's still something I'm really enjoying and I love doing, getting outside, and it's just love it. So I will take you guys along on this journey, but that's really the update. And it's been really cool to see, like, I truly feel like I've maintained my muscle mass over the last 12 weeks. I'll put a picture here. But it's really cool to see like what proper training programming, proper running implementation, and what I mean by that is like really having a focus with my runs instead of just trying to go as fast as possible for every single run. Like, no, we don't do that anymore. Proper nutrition, really honing in on, sleep, recovery, all of the things the last 12 weeks. Like that's truly, I think, why I've been able to keep my muscle mass and progress as fast as I did. Like to run 10 miles, like if you told me that when I was doing week 1 of running, I would have laughed at you, like no heckin' way. But it just came so naturally and so easily, and it's really cool how your body does adapt when you do things efficiently and in the right way. So we have some exciting like beginner running plans coming to our SCE Method app by January. And we also offer all kinds of one-on-one training, no matter what your goals are, with our one-on-one clients. So we offer specific training programs catered to you. So if this is something where you're like, I want to do something like this, I just don't know how to implement it into my lifestyle, because as a reminder, just because I'm doing things this way, that does not mean it's going to work for you. And it really depends on, your ability to recover, where your fitness level is right now, and just what you like to do. Like maybe you want your strength programming to look a little bit different, or maybe, you're more of an advanced runner and you need some more specifics on that side. So regardless, this is something that we offer as coaches. I will put the link in the description of this video if you are interested, but there is going to be some beginner running programs coming to the app as well that you can integrate with our strength programs that are already there. So let me know if you guys have questions. That's the update, and I'll catch you in the next video.